From the 9th until the 12th of January, the Paul Pool Southeast Asia team were at the Thailand International Boat Show. This year, it was opened by the Thai Prime Minister, Paetongtarn Shinawatra. Paul Pool Southeast Asia have handled the sponsorship of the event almost since its inception 20 years ago. We got to talk to a wide range of sponsors, exhibitors and organisers of the event, and there'll be a compilation of those interviews in part 2 of this podcast. In part 1, we're going to focus on the Thailand Yachting Conference, which took place on the day before the show opened. And first, we're going to hear from yachting industry expert Nicole van der Waal, and following that, we'll be hearing from Paul's contribution to the day's Q&A session. All right, so here we are in Phuket at the Thailand Yachting Conference 2025. I'm here with Nicole van der Waal, who was not named after an Oasis song.
Yeah, no wonder wall.
And after all, she's Nicole van der Waal. It fits though. So how's the morning gone? Because we're here at the lunch break. That's how I've managed to grab you.
That's right. So the morning was actually the most official part.
Right.
The afternoon is the fun part. I'm sorry you guys all missed this. In the morning we had a fantastic presentation from the Department of Skills Development.
Right.
It was all about the labor law, how companies could get into there, how employees could get refunds for upskilling their skills, which is very important in the marine industry. Then we had a presentation from the Marine Department, together with somebody from Port Control, giving practical information, how it works within the Phang Nga area, how you can register, what help is available. Some things, you might know, might not know, but it was good to get the reminder. We had a fantastic translator available with that. And we had a presentation about sustainability. We had 3 professors or assistant professors, sorry. They're not yet professors, but they should be. Like Dr. Chantine, she's very well known for her work about marine tourism and the impact on the environment. She did an amazing presentation. Kunok, she works with Anantara. She's all about the dugongs that have migrated basically from Phang Nga Bay here to Phuket, and to make sure that people are aware. I didn't know that there were so many dugongs. The last of the dugongs in Thailand are here. So we have a responsibility there to look out for these amazing creatures because they have nowhere else to go. Okay. So if we keep alert when we're traveling with our boats, then we might see a dugong, which is like insane, right? Yeah. And with turtles, Phuket, it makes me realize that Phuket is such a source of natural wonders. Unique species are here. And we always think like environment, beach cleanups, whatever. There is more that we can do. Yeah. And that presentation was fantastic. Kun Kwan gave a presentation about how whatever we do in a city, it affects the ocean because a person naturally lives next to the ocean. My dream as well is have this nice hut on the beach, live in a hammock, have a coconut.
I think it's everyone's dream.
Or not with rum. And, when you look after the ocean, you look after the city. So there were some really wonderful and strong messages passed on to the people at the conference. This afternoon, of course, we're gonna have.
Well, we have to talk about this now because our founder of the Sponsorship Experts podcast and the managing director of Paul Pool Southeast Asia will be speaking.
Yes, he will. So we organised a big presentation about marketing, communication and PR, and we couldn't imagine a better person to be in there is Paul Pool.
That's so lovely of you to say.
Yeah, it's we have 2 people.
I don't know whether I should play that back to him.
He knows who's saying. He knows I respect him a lot.
Yeah.
And I enjoy working with Paul together.
Yeah.
We've done some other projects together, and it's always been like his staff is put on. Paul is a man of his word. If he tells you something is so, you better believe it is so.
Right.
And he's so knowledgeable. He's full of connections. So it's really good. Like we got first a presentation from Yacht.me, which is a digital platform.
Yeah.
Then we have a presentation from some of the strongest company in Asia, which is Simpson Marine. about what they do with their global brand. And then Paul is going to help with the discussion, like about cross-branding, about navigating different cultures, and as well, like, you know, get your event out there with sponsoring.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody has a limited budget, and have an expert as Paul in your corner to make sure you prepare, for example, on forehand, a good business plan, your goal. You talk with him, even if you not become a customer.
Great.
It's okay, but it's really well worth to find out what he can do for you, because it's more than you realize.
Okay, well, that's been great to talk to you, Nicola.
Yes, no worries.
I'm looking forward to the afternoon myself now.
Yeah, and then don't forget, after the marketing, we have destination information from TAT International about Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. And I'm going to be on there myself with Women in Yachting, all about inclusivity. We had a big project about mental health.
Okay.
So it's going to be an exciting afternoon.
Great. All right, thank you.
Okay, my pleasure.
If you'd like to get in touch with Paul Pool Southeast Asia Co Limited, you can email us on info@paulpool.co.th, or you can go to the website paulpool.co.th, or you can call us on +66 2622 0605 through to 7.
Consultancy since 2002, Paul actually consults for a number of the world's leading brands, agencies and cultural organisations, focusing on 3 main markets in North America based in New York, Europe based in London, and Southeast Asia based here in Bangkok. Paul is also a founding member of the Culturepreneur Network, an initiative designed to improve the dialogue between the arts and business, which was acquired by London-based Cult Brand in 2012. Founded in 2004 by veteran international marketing consultant Paul Pool Southeast Asia Company Limited, is an independent marketing consultancy based in Bangkok, Thailand. So welcome, Paul.
Thank you.
So what I'd like to do is pose the first question to you, Paul, and that first question is coming up on the screen as we speak. So can you share examples of successful partnerships or collaborations that have enhanced brand visibility or event participation in Asia's luxury yachting market?
Thank you, sure. So we've been privileged to work on a large number of Southeast Asia's yachting events. So I have lots of examples from Rodenstock Eyewear with the Samui Regatta and Phuket Race Week, where they used their sponsorship for a regional dealer conference, so using the 2 yachting events as a backdrop to their conference. To Frankie Kitchen Systems, who used Phuket Race Week sponsorship for their 100th anniversary, where they implemented activation activity. We actually set up a boat chef or a yacht chef competition using their kitchens during the regatta. To a favourite, Mount Gay Rum, so big yachting sponsor in North America, but we're pretty quiet here in Southeast Asia. We introduced them to the Samui Regatta, then later Phuket Race Week, and later with Scott and Top of the Gulf Regatta, where they built rum shacks and served mojitos, so they were a favourite with a lot of the regatta participants. And of course, had the red caps, which are famous around the world to collect as you sail. But I think the most significant brand partnership we've done, and it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, is with Jaguar Land Rover. So we introduced Jaguar Land Rover to the Samui Regatta, then later Phuket Race Week, and then later to Pimex, the original boat show here in Thailand. And they really harness their activation activity or focus their activation activity around experiential marketing. The then president of Jaguar Land Rover Asia Pacific used to say that bums on seats sell cars. So we basically set up driving experiences. So there was a rotation, so let's say a regatta lasts 5 days. We had 20 VIP guests arrive on day 1. They went for a nice private lunch and then experienced the cars by driving Land Rover on-road and off-road and Jaguar on track to really experience those vehicles. They then drove under police escort to the regatta venues where they enjoyed the regatta party that evening. And then the following day they went out on the water to experience the regatta itself and network and have hospitality with the Jaguar Land Rover sales guys. When the next 20 arrived, and we did, it was a bit like Groundhog Day, we did that over 5 days, and this was a multi-year deal, so it spanned 3 years in total. And we had great results, really great results. I mean, Jaguar Land Rover's sponsorship was omnipresent, so the branding was on yachts at the event, focused on networking, hospitality and data capture. And I think in year 1, there was a 6-to-1 ROI on their sponsorship investment. By year 3, it was 12-to-1. So they were really selling a lot of cars on the back of the sponsorship. It must be said that they were harnessing their own VIP list, so they were using really those events as a backdrop, so something to align with the similar brand backgrounds. So I think JLR was really one of the great successes that we had across regattas and boat shows. So I think that's enough.
Paul, what about you when it comes to marketing and integrating that eco-conscious practices with what you do?
Okay, well, we actually try and build in the UN sustainability goals into all the rights inventories that we build for the events we represent. So we're very conscious of it, but we're also very conscious of the fact to not greenwash as well, because I think there's a lot of great talk about sustainability and everything, and I think when you scratch the surface, it's exactly talk and not real, and I think we have to be careful of that. But I think we like to follow the UN Sustainability Development Goals, and I think that's the way forward for most events. We obviously don't just work in yachting. We actually work very little in yachting, to be honest. But where we work with mass participation sporting events like marathons and triathlons, waste is a real issue because people are carrying electrolytes or water and they're discarding them on the runs. So we are looking at ways of reducing that through single-use reusable cups, etc., things like that. So I think every event we represent now, it's top of mind.
Paul, I know you're not big on the yachting scene, but obviously you're dealing with multicultural from New York to London to Bangkok. How do you make sure that you're delivering that message and keeping that luxury brand image?
Well, I mean, looking back to a previous life when I was marketing chief at Diesel, we had a saying, think global, act local. And it's still said today. I mean, it is about those cultural nuances and tailoring the approach. I mean, again, back at Diesel, we had a hell of a time breaking into the US because an Italian jeans brand selling $200 jeans to an American market where they're used to paying $30 for a pair of Levi's. Also, our advertising was based on irony, which, as we know, our American friends don't get. So it was a real hell of a battle getting into the US market, so we had to tailor our approach there. So, yeah.
Thank you so much to my panelists. That's the end of this session, so thank you so much to Paul.
Thank you.
Paul. Thank you, Ms. Jeanette. Thank you so much, and Dr. Tuwood. Thank you so much, everybody, and we will be back in just a second for the next session.
Seeking sponsors. Seeking an opportunity to sponsor. Looking to maximise an already sponsored opportunity? Visit paulpaul.co.th, the sponsorship experts.